It sure has been a while since I've done a dollar store toy video, hasn't it? Well, today I just went to Five Below, and I just went to Dollar Tree, and I actually found some stuff. I haven't found stuff at these stores for quite some time, but I actually found things that I was interested in, and I decided to purchase them. And in this video, we will discuss everything that I purchased, including a very interesting Transformers-related item. But I actually do have quite a few Transformers things here. I'm actually quite surprised. So, I went to Five Below first, so let's talk about what I got at Dollar Tree first, because it's the most recent stuff. So obviously everything at Dollar Tree is $1.25, unless it's in like a special section. I got one thing here that was in a more special section. Let's go ahead and start looking. So first of all, I'm pretty confident I do not have this Arkham Asylum Batmobile. If you don't know, I actually collect Hot Wheels Batmobiles, and I'm pretty confident I don't have this one. It's very hard to keep track, especially when it's literally just the same thing in different colors. But I love the Asylum Batmobile. I'm a huge Arkham fan, so that was one I definitely wanted. I'm, again, fairly confident I don't have it. But if I do, then, oh well. I don't know what I'll do with it. Alright, got that little Batmobile. Very cool, very cool. Alright, what else did I get? What else? Oh yeah, so I saw this one first. They're called Pod Pals. I'm assuming it's kind of like a knockoff Tsum Tsum or Tsum. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, it's a little Megatron. It's a cute little Megatron. It was only $1.25. Very nice little plushy Megatron. He's got his little feet. He's got his little feet. Oh, look, he's got a big old frown. But of course, Megatron is not the poster boy of Transformers. That goes to our boy Optimus Prime. And of course, he got one. He's got his cute little ears sticking up the top. He's got his little feet. Oh, he is so cute. He is so adorable. But of course, Optimus Prime is not the Kid Appeal character. That would be Bumblebee. So I got Megatron, Optimus, and Bumblebee. These are so cute. Oddly enough, Bumblebee does not have a mouth. I don't understand why he doesn't have a mouth, but okay. Because Megatron has a mouth. He's got. Why didn't Bumblebee have a mouth? Anyways, yeah, Bumblebee has his little horns. These are really cute. They feel pretty decent too, like decent material and everything. Like, yeah, these are cute. I really enjoy these. Pretty confident there were not any other characters. It's actually surprising. There were other characters like Batman and Superman, I think, like other licenses. But for Transformers, I think these were the only ones. I had a million Optimus Primes at my Dollar Tree. Only one Megatron, and I would say like 3 or 4 Bumblebees. But yeah, Optimus was everywhere. They had a million Optimus Primes. But yeah, these are really cute. I really like these. Squish, squish. Okay, let's move on. I did get one thing that was $3. I had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Keychain quite some time ago, and I lost it. And I figured, hey, I might be able to use one of these as like a replacement, because there's some cool characters. I'm hoping for Obelisk the Tormentor. If you don't know, I'm not the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan in the world. I'm not like super mega into it. But this is my era of Yu-Gi-Oh! I grew up with. Like Blue Eyes White, Red Eyes Black, you know, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. My brother collected the cards, and I mildly collected the cards and the old toys. I did a review years and years ago on a toy of Obelisk the Tormentor. He's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Character. So hopefully that will be who I get. Probably not. It'll probably be like Dark Magician or something. Because that's... Oh, okay. It's Slifer. It's Slifer. He's not a bad one. I've never had any like plastic representation of Slifer the Sky Dragon. It seems like a bit much for a keychain. I feel like there's a lot going on here. Again, I was definitely hoping for Obelisk, but hey, Slifer's a cute one. That's a cute one. I don't know if I'll keep it, though. I might end up giving it to my brother, because he's way much more of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan than I am. I mean, he's the reason why I pretty much know anything about it. But yeah, that's really cute. That's really cute. Definitely not something I need. I always liked how he had 2 mouths. Very odd. Very odd how he has 2 mouths. But yeah, Slifer is a cool one. He's a cool one. Alright, so that's my little Yu-Gi-Oh! Bag keychain thing I got. I couldn't really feel who it was. Because, I mean, look at that shape. Like, I would not have been able to tell that's Slifer. I would not have. I did, like, make a mild attempt to feel. But, obviously, that didn't really pan out too much. Alright. We have one more thing from Dollar Tree. It's just a little Batman. It's a little Batman figure. They did a few of these quite some time ago. There was like a blue Batman, a black Batman, and a like armored Batman from BVS. And this is just a standard Batman. Interestingly, he has the rebirth style of bat symbol, but he has the black pants. So it's kind of like a more classic Batman, but with a modern logo. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I might actually leave this one in the package. I opened the other ones, but I might leave this in the package because it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. It doesn't pose or anything. It's just a little plastic figure. It's not made out of metal or anything. Yeah, it's neat. It's kind of sad, though. These are like the only action figures you can really get at Dollar Tree. Just these tiny little figurines, super small. This is pretty much all that Dollar Tree can really get. You can see Mattel does make it. Mattel does make it. I'm surprised Mattel has the rights to make these, but Mattel's the one that makes them. Does it have a year on it? Maybe they were able to like somehow circumvent like the rights and everything. I don't know. I'm not even seeing a year. There is way too much legal info on the back for me to bother reading. But yeah, interesting in an era of McFarlane, which obviously, you know, that's very disappointing. Yeah, interesting how Mattel still makes these. All right, so that's what I got at Dollar Tree. A little Slicer. Very happy with the little Transformers things. They're very, very cute. They are so adobes. But I actually like this Batmobile as well. Again, I'm hoping I don't have that one. I don't think I do. I don't think I have too many silent Batmobiles, but all right. Let's see what we got at Five Below. All right, let's dig in. I'm going to show off the biggest thing last because it's the most interesting. All right, first of all, I got a ClickBot. I've had some of the StickBots before, but this is a ClickBot. You can tell because he has ratchet joints. Yeah, they're kind of like little figures for stop motion and everything. I've always been curious about the ClickBot versions, and obviously I got the blue one. I mean, I got the blue one. How easy is it to, like, steal this? How easy could I just steal this guy? Oh, yeah, pretty easy. I could have stolen it pretty easy. But I don't do that. I'm a moral person. I have high morals. But this actually does have a plastic-free package. And he does have accessories. At least the box makes it look like he does. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like he does. Yeah, let's see all these little accessories. Oh, looks like he has alternate suction cup feet. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, what else does he have? All right. Quite a bit. Is that everything? Okay, that's everything. All right. These are a lot of accessories. Definitely a lot. What is this? What is this? I have no idea. All right, so I'm just going to twist these off. I'll clean them up later. So this is like some kind of space gun, I think. This, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. That's another kind of space gun. This is a thing. This is maybe a jetpack. There's a lot of things I don't understand here. He does have a cool, like, warrior helmet, though. You can put that over his face. He's got a warrior helmet that he very much cannot see out of. But yeah, he's got big old feet. Even these feet have suction cups on them. Why would you include these feet? Is this, like, are these, like, interchangeable arms? That's wild. Could you, like, put these on there? As you can see, it seems like that ratchet joint could be swapped out. Very interesting. I mean, it looks like you can hold these whatever futuristic guns. This helmet is just not staying on. For stop motion, like, why would you ever want to do that? It's just going to wiggle all over the place. Here, the figure itself is the main thing I care about. I want to see how it moves. Very ratchety. Very ratchety. I remember when StickBots were everywhere, and I guess nowadays they're just relegated to Amazon and Five Below, because I still see them on Amazon. Yeah, this is neat. This is definitely neat. I have a whole bag of StickBot stuff that I got at the thrift store years ago. But now I've got a little ClickBot, I guess. Yeah, was this worth 5 of my well-earned dollars? I don't know. I don't know. Especially since I don't really understand a lot of the accessories. They're like instructions. The one time I need instructions, I'm given nothing. So, appreciate that. But yeah, little ClickBot. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. It's kind of whatever. Can he, like, suction to my desk? Oh, he can. He can suction to my desk. And all these accessories will just rot in a drawer, I guess. I don't know. I don't need them. All right, I know you're seeing the big thing, but we're not going to talk about that next. We're going to talk about this. This is really cute. It is a Nano Hollywood Rides Transformers 3-pack. They're not Hollywood rides. They're vintage toy rides. Because we have the Autobot Optimus Prime, Autobot Volkswagen Beetle Bumblebee, and then Decepticon Starscream. Whoa! I love this box art right here. And yeah, these are actually little die-cast vehicles as well. I mean, for only $5, I figured this looked really neat. I actually am going to keep this in the package because these little things would just get lost on a shelf. But I think this on the wall, like seeing that old school like Optimus and Bumblebee box art, is just really, really nice. I wish they could have fit Starscream on there somehow, given how he's included. But yeah, these look really good. Like, look at that little Optimus. That Bumblebee is very striking. Like, that is a very good-looking Bumblebee. And that Starscream, too, is, like, all silver. Like, dang, these are nice. These are definitely nice. Definitely the nicest thing I got at Five Below, that's for sure. But again, it's not anything that a collector needs unless they just want tiny little vehicle versions of some of the more iconic characters. Alright, this is the main talking point of this video, in my opinion. This is the main thing. This is the most interesting thing that I got. This is J Dominant. 2-mode superhero. Converts from tank to robot. Robot army. Jungle Tank. Yeah, this is a knockoff of Combiner Wars Brawl, which, if you don't know me, I controversially, if that's a word, really like that toy. I really like Combiner Wars Brawl. Brawl is one of my personal favorite Transformers characters. He's like top 5 for me. So, yeah, I'm very interested in this. They did have a couple others. I took pictures of them, but I decided not to buy them. They had one that was a Combiner Wars, like, Legends Class Starscream knockoff, and then another that was, like, half of Battle Trap from Titan's Return. Very odd. Very odd. But I got the Brawl one because I love Brawl. I could tell right away this was Combiner Wars because they still have a combiner peg right there that's very oddly, like, resized. He has his weird little forearms that Combiner Wars Brawl had, and it looks like Combiner Wars Brawl. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. I have to see what this knockoff has going on. I have to see how much of the original toy they have absolutely just butchered. Because I could tell in the box that they absolutely just nixed his ankle articulation, and I found that very interesting. Alright, here's this tank turret. Let's get this out. Come on. Oh, you're taped in. Love that. Alright, there's that. And then the figure itself, is he taped in at all, or is he's just in there? Alright. So here is our Combiner Wars Brawl knockoff. And, yikes. Yikes. Oh, okay. So he still has a hinge. Oh, Oh, no. Oh my gosh. They massacred my boy. They massacred him. Alright, so you can see he is super hollow. Like, the plastic is... Like, if you know different types of plastics, like, hearing me scratch it, you can probably identify the kind of quality of plastic we're dealing with here. How much does it flex? Yeah, you can definitely see some flex right there. Definitely feels very, very cheapy. I mean, that's exactly what I expected. Can we still put the cannon on his back? Yes, we can still have that on his back, more traditional Brawl style. But we can, I'm assuming, the back of the box, which I gotta say, where did that box go? The box art for this guy is actually, like, really sick. Like, it has no right to look that cool. But so you can see they added so much, like, all-spark blue to him. Like, they added a lot more detail than the toy actually has. But the figure does have a decent amount of paint. Like, it's not the worst painted thing ever. Like, you can see he's got, like, some camo, like, 2 different colors of camo. And he has it everywhere. It's not just, like, relegated to a certain part of him. The head sculpt has some silver on it to kind of give it a little bit more of a robotic sheen. This is covered. Can this come off separately? Because the box shows this being a gun. Yeah, just like the original figure. So this is a gun. and he can hold that no problem. And then this is a shield, and I guess it'll just go on his arm like that. Yeah, that's that's whatever. That's whatever. So I do have a copy of this legendary mold to compare. I have the G2 version. It's just the most accessible. I have almost all of them. I think I have like 4 or 5 different versions of this guy. Yeah, looking at these guys side by side, you can tell they made a lot of changes to the mold. They made a lot of changes. The head sculpts are pretty similar. The turrets appear to be pretty similar. But oh my gosh. The legs have been absolutely massacred. He doesn't have knee joints anymore, even though you see that tiny little hinge. That's just like this weird, like, latching mechanism for the transformation. He doesn't have knees. He doesn't have ankles anymore, which is tragic. Because one of the best parts of the Combiner Wars Brawl for me is his super awesome, like, ankle articulation. Because he can do some, like, full-on stompitude. Like, he can have flat feet no matter what pose he's in. I still love this guy. He's definitely not perfect, and he will definitely be overshadowed by the Age of the Primes version that I will absolutely buy. But yeah, I still love Combiner Wars Brawl. I actually, personally, you're supposed to have it like that, and he has no stomach, which is tragic. I personally usually just have this mold like this. Makes him look a little stockier, a little nicer, but I don't know. It's trying to rectify a very glaring issue. I kind of like it like that as well. Kind of gives him a more heroic chest. But going over the chest on this guy, for whatever stupid reason, they kept a combiner port, even though he has nobody to combine with. None of the other figures, like, are combiners. And there's no real reason for this guy to have this. Like, even the shoulder part, like the actual joint, is still there. And it's just supposed to be pointing down. But oddly, though, they did actually fill in his stomach a little bit more. They did modify the engineering there, and he actually does have a little bit more of a waist. But, yeah, you can see the original one never had an issue with, like, proportion, except for that. You can see this new one, like, his head and his chest are, like, puffed out way too far. Way too far. Yeah, his shoulders as well, they changed. They changed his shoulders. Because, see, this one had, like, this really nice, like, up and down sort of thing. So you could kind of even change how he looked. It's mostly for transformation, but you could change his proportion to your liking with that. And I really appreciated that, too. But yeah, this guy, they absolutely nuked him. You can't even turn his head anymore. They got rid of the head swivel. All right. I want to go ahead and transform the original one because I love him, and I just want to show, like, the differences here. So it's a very easy transformation. I thoroughly enjoy it. I still think this is a good toy. I understand its flaws. I understand why it does not please everybody, but I'm pretty happy with it. Overall, I'm a Combiner Wars Brawl fan. I acknowledge I'm very biased because Brawl is one of my favorite characters, but it's still really good. It's definitely not my favorite Brawl, that's for sure. Actually, I think my favorite Brawl now, I don't do a lot of third party, but I did dabble into the Magic Square Brawl, like the Masterpiece-sized one, and oh my god, that thing is actual perfection. It's incredible. It is so, so good. Alrighty, that is put together enough to my liking. I'm not going to worry about it any further than that. Here is the actual Combiner Wars Brawl in his tank mode. You can see, pretty nice. It does squeeze together a little bit better, but I'm just being lazy. Yeah, it's not bad. You can see the treads are all together. It's a nice little tank. The turret does not swivel because it's on this hinge assembly, but you can move this up and down. Alright, let's see how this tank works. Let's see how this guy works. So, the head is just going to move down, I'm guessing. We'll take this off for our simplicity's sake. So they changed this whole engineering where that just moves up. Okay, okay. Looks like the arms are still going to collapse in a similar way. The arms are going to hinge forward differently than before. Alright, looks like we still need to rotate the waist. And then I noticed those weird latches. These weird latches. Very odd. But it is appreciated they actually gave them latches, because typically these knockoffs just have sliders and then there's no way for it to actually attach. So I gotta kind of give them kudos for that. I kind of do. I shouldn't, but I'm still gonna give them kudos. But it seems like reattaching the slider is going to be a bit of an issue. Because, like, I guess it reattaches, like, right up there. Okay, so there's a little bit of gapitude. But we can tab his legs back in. It looks like they kind of slot together. Actually, no, that is pretty neat. That is pretty neat and tidy. Okay, never mind. But this port just has to stick up. That's just where it goes. And then we'll take this. We will tab it into the crotch. That's why that had a hole right there. So that retabs in, so he's a parts former. And here he is. Here he is in his tank mode. You can rotate the actual turret this time around. You can't move that up or down anymore. His head is just right there. You just see his mouth all of the time. That's okay. Honestly, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's covered in paint, which is cool. Like, it's covered in this camo paint. Honestly, for what it is being a $5 transforming toy, if Hasbro were to release a figure of this quality for just $5, I would be impressed. Like, this is only $5. Like, we have to acknowledge this is only $5. And I do have to say, the materials, I'm not noticing any like, you know, rough parts, rough edges. I'm not noticing any, you know, poor paint quality. It's honestly, for being a knockoff at only the $5 price point, it's honestly pretty decent. Like, it's not the worst, but it's definitely still not as good as a real Transformer toy. It's definitely, like, the plastic, like, I can tell this guy is actually a little heavier. I can tell. It's definitely not the same. It's not as good. But honestly, like, looking at it, it's not bad. It's not bad. And with that, guys, there is my look at some toys that I got for cheap at Five Below and Dollar Tree. I had a lot of fun going over these. There's definitely a lot of neat stuff here. My favorite out of all of them, oh man, probably those little Transformers plushies. That's probably my favorite. But after that, probably the knockoff Brawl. Because I kind of have fun with knockoffs. I like getting them from time to time. I'm dead serious. I like getting a knockoff every once in a while. I've said it before. I feel like knockoffs are like a part of the toy world experience. Like, the realm of toys would not be the same if it wasn't for knockoffs. I kind of love them for how bad they are. They're definitely the redheaded stepchild of the entire toy industry. But dude, there's some legendary knockoffs out there. There's legendary knockoffs. Like, I'd love to get my hands on a Blue Star someday. The Blue Snow Trooper. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. Alrighty, guys. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your favorite thing I got at the dollar stores was down in the comments below. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I was still here in the edge of the camera and you didn't notice me!